everybody seems to be upset, not just those in the government, but even opposition parties have criticized it. People in general seems very upset. Here in America, Pakistani Americans are upset. But you see, the reaction in America has been a little different from Pakistan. The US media almost ignored it. Whatever stories were published in the US media that was in reference to Pakistan's reaction, that Pakistan has called the US ambassador, and they of course also published the brief remarks by President Biden that caused the storm. And in America, it is not seen as a serious foreign policy statement. Most media outlets and people I spoke to saw it as off-the-cuff remarks during a political rally where he was talking about China, and in reference to China, he mentioned Pakistan too. What he actually said was that China is now everywhere. It is involved in a dispute with India. It has a say in Russian affairs, and it also has been involved in Pakistan. And then he spoke about Pakistan's nuclear program. When President Biden talks about lack of cohesion, he is not talking about lack of cohesion in Pakistan's nuclear program. And he was talking about the present political situation in Pakistan. What he was saying is that there is so much total disarray in Pakistani politics that that parties always keep fighting each other. So in such a volatile political situation, is it right for a country that is so unsettled, so unstable, is it right for such a country to have nuclear weapons? Obviously, we disagree with this definition of Pakistan, but that is how, unfortunately, Pakistan is seen outside the country. Across the globe, Pakistan is seen as a politically unstable country, as a country where political parties always keep fighting each other, that people are not happy with the government, people are not happy with the political parties, people are not happy with other powers, and therefore it is a country which can, God forbid, fall apart. So I think people will continue saying these things unless and until we did something about our country. Unless we actually took care of the things that make Pakistan look bad from outside. So I think we should not overreact to it. What we did was right. We reacted. We showed America that these remarks have made us unhappy. The Foreign Office issued a démarche that all our leaders spoke about it, and that is where it should end. It is a very sensitive issue in Pakistan, right? But it is an equally sensitive issue outside Pakistan. People do talk about Pakistan and its nuclear program all over the world, particularly in America. People do express concerns about the instability in our political system and the rise of extremist ideology, or rather the rise of extremist groups in various parts of the country. And this is not something new. People, you always see articles, you always see news stories, or even books have been written about Pakistan's ability or the lack of ability to protect its nuclear weapons. And nobody actually ever said that Pakistan's the infrastructure that we have set up, like the command and control system and everything, that infrastructure is not good. Everybody says that it is very good. They have a very robust command and control system, and it is capable of looking after the nuclear program. What people say is that politically Pakistan is so volatile that we are concerned about its nuclear weapons, that there are extremist groups in and around Pakistan, that the situation in Afghanistan also reflects on Pakistan, that the conflict with India has a potential of starting a nuclear war in that region. So in this background, people always talk about Pakistan's nuclear weapons. You must remember that there were, in the recent past, people used to talk about Pakistani nuclear weapons passing on to the extremists, saying that something may happen and they may get access to nuclear weapons. Of course, obviously, we know that it's not going to happen. We know that it's absolutely wrong. I mean, that there is no way that extremists can ever access Pakistani nuclear weapons. But we cannot stop the world from worrying about these things. No, it's not a threat at isolating Pakistan. If anything, recently we've noticed a desire in Washington to reestablish ties with Pakistan. We've seen them proposing releasing $450 million for the sustenance and maintenance of our F-16 aircraft. And we have seen U.S. politicians talking about Pakistan in a positive tone again. So I think all these developments are positive. We should. So I see no reason for why the United States would like to destabilize Pakistan. See, for not being mentioned in a 48-page document does not mean that they're not concerned about Pakistan, that they are not interested in having a relationship with Pakistan, that they will not stay engaged with Pakistan. Yes, we are not on the radar right now as much as we used to be during the Afghan war, during the war against terrorism. That is when we were directly involved in a war on the American side. We were helping them fight the Russian troops, the Soviet troops in Afghanistan, and then we were helping them fight various extremist groups in Afghanistan. That part is over. Now their focus is on China, and they need allies in that region to come to stop China's influence. So because there are differences between the United States and Pakistan on this issue, that is why you see these type of statements or these types of concern. But I think there's one more issue that I raised at the Daw's press conference, and I think we should talk about is the impact of this statement on Sunday's by-elections. I think it came right in time for Imran Khan and his party, and it really helped restore his narrative that America has been involved in a conspiracy to destabilize Pakistan, to bring down its government and everything, because you see all those video leaks had created doubts about the viability of his conspiracy theory. So I think it really helped Imran Khan. As I said, it wasn't off-the-cuff remarks. He just mentioned something that he was not supposed to mention. It happened. He's an old man. People do make that kind of mistakes. And it was not intended to send any particular message to Pakistan. I think, yes, it is. See what is happening, that there have been certain developments. The way of the situation in Afghanistan unfolded, America withdrew from their troops from Afghanistan, then Pakistanis thought that the Taliban government, because they helped them come to power, they will sort of be a strong Pakistan ally, and which is proving wrong. I mean, there are differences between Pakistan and Afghanistan now, and that has brought America and Pakistan together again, because Americans have realized that they need Pakistan's support to keep a watch on Afghanistan, that it is both in Pakistan's and America's interest to not to allow extremist groups to resurge in Afghanistan, and even in sort of broader South Asian region, in broader South Asian perspective, Pakistan is very much needed. It does have a key role to play, that Pakistan has borders with Iran, another country that America has serious concerns with. Pakistan has borders with China. Pakistan is close to Central Asia. Pakistan is a country of 220 million people. Pakistan has a large diaspora. Pakistan has a large middle class and everything. So in the presence of all these factors, it is not possible for Washington to ignore Pakistan. And obviously, nobody wants a destabilized Pakistan and unstable Pakistan, because that will create chaos not only in South Asia, but it will create such a situation that it will impact the entire world. So I think the White House press secretary is right when she says that President Biden or the United States wants a strong and stable Pakistan.